must have those special. Did you send him Shannon Sharp sheets?
Yeah, little fleet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man come a long ways.
Hyperbaric chamber, boots.
And he's no ways tired.
Yeah.
What has to change for the Cavs to win Game 3, Shannon?
LeBron is going to be LeBron. Kevin Love has done a great job in the first 2 games of being Kevin Love, the Kevin Love that we expect him to be, the All-Star. Now, LeBron needs to get what James Harden got last night. His role players do their role. JR, we need something. Okay, JR only averaged 8 points on the season. Can he give us 8 instead of 0, Skip? Can George Hill give us 9, 10 instead of 3? That's all. Just your role players. P.J. Tucker filled his role. Trevor Ariza filled his role. Eric Gordon filled his role. If the role players do their job, I feel very comfortable in saying the Cavs can win this game going away. The Celtics have the better of the 2 teams, top to bottom. But LeBron James is worth 3 people. We're worth 3. So I expect him. I don't want him to be as aggressive as he was in Game 1. I need him to conserve a little more energy. So instead of 21 points on 13 shots, Skip, maybe give me 12, 14 on 8 shots and give me like 4 or 5 of them old assists. Because the problem was he had 21 in the first quarter, everybody else had 6, and he only had a 4-point lead. And it took a lot out of him. It's kind of like you're running a race, Skip. You know, you got to get a pace. Do I really want to lead the entire race? Well, if you're a middle distance runner like the great Hakim El Garouche, the greatest middle distance runner ever lived, Joy, you can run from the front, the back, the middle, it didn't matter. But LeBron in this situation, go get me 12, 14 in the first quarter, 4 or 5 assists, and I need JR. JR, you better than this. I know it. You know it.
So, here's what I can't get through my head.
Thick head.
Maybe I'm just
stubborn.
I'm just not smart enough to grasp this concept.
What?
But on one team, you have the best player on the planet who's better than Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And on the other team, you don't have Kyrie, an all-star, and you don't have Gordon Hayward, an all-star. And for that matter, you don't even have Shane Larkin, who was playing 14, 15 minutes a night off the bench as a real fire starter of the second unit. And Daniel Tice was playing big for them, 12, 15 minutes. He's on the bench in street clothes. And so you're telling me that Boston team is better than this Cavs team? I don't get it, because only 5 can play at one time. And as you just said, 1 is equal to really 3 or 4.
But here's the thing, Skip. You look at the Celtics player, Jason Tatum, 3rd overall pick. Marcus Smart, 5th. Jaylen Brown, 3rd. You make Al Horford, top 5. You make it seem like they got bums.
They're not bums.
Okay,
but
then.
They're not that guy. No, you talk to me.
No. But here's the thing.
Help me.
Skip. The days of a single player being able to carry a team, those days are over because the teams are too good now. The teams are too good. They shoot the ball too well. And the thing that the Boston Celtics do, they play hard, they play scrappy, they play physical from the time the ball goes up until the horn goes off at the end of the game. So this is what the Cavaliers are going to have to match, is their intensity. And you can't have that lapse in the 3rd quarter. That's been their bugaboo all season long. The 3rd quarter, they have a lead, and they give it all back in the 3rd.
Okay, so here's what I can't get through my thick head. You just told me that LeBron James has to conserve energy. Conserve energy. I've given you this all season. He is playing at the highest offensive level of his entire career, which is really hard to do in your 15th year, to play the highest offensive level you've ever played at. That's all around your knowledge, your vision, your feel, your different shot making. He's got the whole toolbox. It's very impressive what he can do in big spurts on offense, but that's at the expense of playing any defense. And again, I really love basketball, so I was deeply offended, having picked the Cavaliers, having to watch LeBron in Game 1 and especially Game 2 play little to no defense, where he's just playing one-man zone, standing in the lane, standing under the basket, and his man is roaming free on the three-point line, shooting wide-open threes, and I can't get it. He's better than that. He's in better shape than that. I don't even know why he has to drift on offense in the 2nd and 3rd quarter, because clearly he spent a ton of energy in the 1st quarter, and it was spectacular to watch. But then all of a sudden, as you said, the score is only 27-23 at the end of the 1st quarter, because Jaylen Brown had been running free at the three-point line and shot 3 wide-open threes and made all 3 of them. And that kept it reasonably
And got
close.
a backdoor dunk.
He did. And all of a sudden you're saying, wait a second. They took that punch right in the mouth from LeBron James, and it's only 27 to 23.
You're right, Skip.
And then he scored only 4 in the second quarter, and he scored 7 in the third quarter, and they're drifting on offense. He's not attacking. Again, I love him in attack mode when he can get in the lane and make things happen for his shooters, and he wasn't doing it. You can say they weren't making the shots,
Skip,
but
Skip, what does 12 assists suggest?
it was good. It was good.
So it tells you that he was getting in the lane and he was making.
Yeah, but it didn't sustain. It wasn't in the. I can show you the score of the second quarter and the score of the third quarter. They lost the third quarter 36 to 22. Yeah. So when you're the best player by far on your team and you're setting a pathetic tone on defense that no one can follow, George Hill's a good defender. I've seen JR play at a high level.
Yeah, he did a great job on DeRozan.
Job on defense, and did what we saw Houston do last night. This is a one-game scenario because you're in some trouble. If you lose this game, you're down 0-3. I'm pretty sure you're not coming back, but I could be wrong, right?
The likelihood of somebody winning 4 straight, even with LeBron on the team, is not very good.
So this is pretty close for LeBron James to do or die, right?
Yeah.
So you need to come out the way the Rockets did last night. As I said, that was hellacious, desperate defense. That's up in you defense, where it's physical to the point of football physical, but it's not over the line. It's not cheap shot. It's not dirty play physical. I've seen this team do that to Golden State. They get up in them pretty good.
Well, what you also saw was P.J. Tucker. And
okay, I got it. Somebody's got to make shots.
Exactly.
I've seen these other guys make shots before.
So have I.
I've seen Kyle Korver make a bunch of shots.
Well, Skip, you remember the last series. Kyle Korver averaged 14 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
JR averaged 12 and a half. And in the closeout game, JR was a perfect from the floor. Now, I don't expect him to go perfect from the floor. Kyle Korver had a monster game.
Yeah.
What we're asking them to do is to do, if you give us what you gave us in the regular season. I don't think that's asking too much for JR. I know JR is better. JR was not engaged. From when they jumped the ball up, you can tell by JR's body language, he was not engaged.
Some nights, he just ain't there. I don't know what happens. He just drifts completely away.
But Brian had to talk to him.
Yeah, all right.
Had to talk to him.
All right.
Watch how JR play. Watch JR on Saturday. And watch Bron, because, see, LeBron can never have a game, Jordan. Can you believe that? 0 assists. How do you play a game? You got Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. Klay Thompson, a top 5 shooter of all time. You got them on the court, and you can't pass them, get them one shot?
So once again, Shannon is desperately trying to change the subject off what we're talking about, which is during the regular season, LeBron James ranked 309th in individual defensive win shares. That is pathetic for a player of that category.
Where do you rank offensively?
He was high. Second to James Harden.
Hold on. No.
Doing PER, player efficiency
No.
rating.
KD got to be higher than him. What was KD? Oh, he's down there. He was below. Guess what?
Somebody's trying to change the subject.
Okay, we talk about the Cavaliers.
Now we're back to the Cavaliers, and the best player on the planet, even in the postseason, has plummeted all the way to 74th in individual defensive win shares. He just plays little to no defense.
Where's he in offensive win share?
Well, he's good. He's good. So, again, you're going to have to sustain that. But guess what they've done? Boston, during the regular season, ranked 18th in offensive efficiency, and that was mostly with Kyrie Irving. So 18th, so they're not even middle of the pack. There's 30 teams total, so they're in the bottom half. And guess what? In game 1, now this is at home, but they scored 108, and then they came right back in game 2 and scored 107. It's just too many points because they are going to hold you down because they're the #1 defensive team. So your team, the Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, who's better than Michael Jordan, scored 83 in the first game and 94 in the second. So they couldn't even crack 100 points, but they gave up 108 and 107 because the whole team is uninspired on defense. They're better than that. You can't play that way. And if they play this way in game 3, it's going to be 0-3.
Better case of Sprite. They get over 100. Better case of Sprite.
At home?
Win. Yeah.
Well, they should.
Okay,
how can they not?
Well, you just talked about they got 83 and 94.
Yeah.
They were on the road.
Yeah.
Everybody love home cooking at home.
Yeah.
So come on with it then.
Well, what I'm saying is I need to see them play some defense to hold Boston down. Is Boston going to go over 100?
I don't care what. They might get 200, but we'll have 201.
Well, are you happy? How do you defend this
I'm happy about
lack
winning.
of defense?
I'm happy about winning.
Do you realize a team led by LeBron James in the regular season fell all the way to 29th out of 30 teams in defensive efficiency? How do you explain that? How can you defend that?
and lose a top 5, top 6 point guard and still win one fewer game than they won last year. How did they? You want me to explain that? 2-3 from the 3-3-0.
Well, he's made first team all defense 6 times
6
to Jordan's 12 times, but he has done it before, and now he has to conserve
No, he made
himself.
it 6 times first team.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Michael made first team 12 times, 12-6, 12-6.
Yeah.
And again, I'm trying to explain to you in overall usage rate, how much time you have the ball in your hands in the playoffs. Michael Jordan 6 times led the whole playoffs, including 1998, his last year in Chicago, in usage rate.
Because he has to have the ball.
Okay, but I'm saying he's burning a lot of energy on offense. LeBron's led the playoffs 1 time in usage rate, just 1 time. Okay, so 6 times Michael did, but all these times he's still the best defensive player on his team.
That tells you that Michael Jordan was ball dominant. LeBron James, how many times has he led the playoff in assists? Michael Jordan.
Well, again, he's just scoring. How many times did he lead the league in scoring? 10 times.
Skip.
LeBron's led it 1 time. 10-1.
Skip, there's more to offensive basketball than scoring the basketball.
Well, then they went 6-0 in the finals. That's because he's the best player by far. And he's the best player on offense and the best player on defense.
Is it better to be 6-0 in the finals or not get out the first round?
Well, I'll take 6-0 in the finals.
Oh, because we know, I just want to know those first 6 years, did they not play the finals? Because why wasn't he there? He was the GOAT. Now the GOAT's supposed to be able to get to, right? So I'm just trying to figure.
The Eastern Conference was by far the dominant conference.
You know what? And you keep talking about LeBron James has scored 15 or fewer points 25 times. Well, when you're getting swept, Joy, you're not in the playoffs very long. So guess what? You get to keep all these records. You get to keep them intact. So when you get swept 3-0 in the first round, and 3-0 in the first round, and 3-1, that's what happens, Skip.
So Michael broke through with his first championship after 7 years, and it took LeBron 9 years?
And LeBron was still younger.
Oh, okay.
Because LeBron was a baby. You know, you like to use that term, a baby. He was a baby. At 22, took the team to the
But
finals.
it still took him 9 years.
At 22, guess what Michael was getting done? Getting done to him. Bounced in the first round. Get up out of here.
Eastern Conference was the Beastern Conference then, and now it's the Leastern Conference. Every year LeBron has played in the East, it's been the weaker conference.
If you don't mind,
15 straight years. To look it up.
So that was the stronger conference, right?
What the East was?
East.
Yeah.
So what y'all gonna do about Magic playing in the West all those years? I need somebody to tell me.
But they were dominating the West.
So hold on, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you. So Magic dominating the West, and it was the weaker conference. LeBron dominating the East is the weaker conference, but there's a problem. But I'm trying to figure out why there's a problem.
All I'm saying is Michael had the bigger obstacle to climb in the East. And all of his big playoff series, when they were going 6-0 in the finals, they all came in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Were any of those Knicks teams, were any of those Magic teams, or those Heat teams, were they comparable to the Big Three Celtics or the Bad Boy Pistons?
No.
No. So I need
they're really good.
I need no. I don't need really good, because LeBron beat some really good teams. I'm talking about LeBron and the Cavs took down a 73-9 team. They took down a 60-win team in the OKC Thunder. I'm just trying to figure out why couldn't if Michael is this guy that we say, and I love Michael. I got all the shoes, Joy. I probably spent over $100K in Jordan shoes, so I love that man. But I'm just trying to figure out why couldn't he beat them? Okay,
all I'm trying to figure out is, to keep this on point and on subject, is that LeBron's 33, and he plays little to no defense, and it's all offense in spurts. But Michael led the playoffs in usage rate and scoring, and won a scoring title at age 34, a year older than LeBron, and was first team all defense. He was playing both sides, both ends of the floor as hard as you can play.
You do realize that at this age of 33, LeBron James has more minutes on his leg than Michael Jordan had at 40. You do realize that, right, Skip?
Okay. I kept asking you all year long, why are you playing the most minutes in the whole league? And why in the playoffs has LeBron played the most minutes?
And
then you tell me he has to conserve energy. That doesn't make sense.
Hold on, Skip. Because if he doesn't play the most minutes in the regular season, they don't make the playoffs. If he doesn't play the most minutes in the playoffs, they don't win games. That's why they're here. Think about it. Now we just did the story 2 days ago where this would be, if the Cavaliers were to make the finals, they would be the third worst team to ever make an NBA Finals. Why are we even Why are we even talking about the Cavs?
That was somebody's opinion.
No.
It wasn't my opinion.
No, they did
I
analytics.
can tell you that.
No, you love numbers. You love analytics. You're an analytics guy.
Well, that was an opinion. That wasn't analytics.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
please, that was an opinion.
Oh my goodness. So now we don't like opinions.
Well, not when it's.
That's what we do all the time, George. That's what we do.
Well, I mean, we have opinions based off of facts and.
Yeah, that's what they did. They did numbers.
Okay.
They did numbers. They did win shares. They did the players. They did all that. Yeah.
But you got the best player who ever played, playing at the highest offensive level ever, but you're still a pathetic team.
And
and
never got swept.
I don't get that.
In all these years, never ever got swept in
You
the first round.
can't have it both ways.
Never lost in the first
Yeah.
round.
I want to see
They
LeBron
given out
play
rings for
offense and
making the
defense.
finals.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't give out no rings the first
Yeah.
6 years to somebody I know either.
Yeah.
Oh, he did get married, though. So.
Next up, Bleacher Report graded every